Hello, Things. As we approach September 11th, we come together not only to remember, but to reflect on the impact of that day.
September 11th, 2001 changed our world forever. It's a day that reminds us of resilience, strength, and unity we as a nation share in times of hardship.
In classrooms all around our school, teachers are helping students understand this pivotal moment in history, but we also want to hear from them. What does Patriot Day mean to them, and how do they convey its importance to their students?
Let's hear what they have to say. Can you share a personal story or memory from September 11th?
Yes, I remember I was a sergeant in the property crimes section in Annapolis, Maryland, where I'm from. And I remember when the second plane hit that tower, I was in my lieutenant's office, and it was such pandemonium and upset and confusion. But some kind of way that day, we all came together as a squad, as a one unit, and we got through it. We calmed a lot of fears, a lot of uncertainties, and the students at school were there, their parents were there to pick them up, and it was just a major confusion. But at the end of the day, we got stronger because we were working together as a team. And we built a lot of friendships, and those friendships, some of it still lasting today.
What are some lessons we can learn from the bravery and sacrifice shown on that day?
In my opinion, I think unity is the best lesson that we can learn from that. Citizens were really able to come together as one and lean on each other, and it wasn't about race, religion, any of the other divisive ways that we can separate. It was, we were all Americans, and we could feel that pain together and help each other through it.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
In what ways do you think 9/11 shaped the world we live in today?
So far, we have much more stricter security measures, especially with checking into airports with TSA. We live on a heightened alert whenever anything happens, whether it's overseas or domestic.
Can you share a personal story or memory that from September 11th that impacted you?
Okay, and on that day, I remember the kids. We really didn't know what was going on, so I was hearing a lot of hearsay. But whenever I had the chance, I would try to look up what was going on. Of course, you couldn't find very much information out. So when I got home, I was glued to the TV to figure out what was going on, and I just could not. I was stunned that it was carried out the way it was. That so many coordinated flights were affected, and that they were able to do so much damage. I mean, so many people lost their lives that day, and I was just so stunned. To think that there was some people that hated a country that much, that they would go to the lengths that they did to show so much hatred and evil for a country. I was just stunned.
I was sitting in English class in 4th grade. Our teachers came in crying. We didn't know why, and then a bunch of us left school. Our parents came and picked us up. But when I got home and realized what was going on, it was really scary. And they just kept replaying it over and over and over again.
Okay. What are some lessons we can learn from the bravery and sacrifice shown on that day?
So one of the things that stick out to me is those passengers on the plane, and I can't remember the flight number, that was headed for the Pentagon. And when those passengers learned what had happened in New York, a group of them got together, and realizing that they were dealing with terrorists and extremists, they realized that there was no way that just following their orders was going to get them landed safely. And a group of them took it on themselves to make an attempt to take down the terrorists in an attempt to save not only their lives and other passenger lives, but those in the Pentagon. And they didn't completely save everybody's life, but they did keep the plane from crashing into the Pentagon. So one of those things that we can learn from that is through bravery and sacrifice, we can have an impact. And those people will forever be memorized for saving the lives of those at the Pentagon, including the staff and the staff's children who were there in the nursery, and a lot of innocent civilians.
Right. Okay, thank you for your time.
you at during 9/11 now?
I was working at a restaurant in Pasadena, and I lived in Dickinson, and I remember getting off at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. We didn't have a TV or radio at the restaurant, so we didn't know what happened yet. And so I started driving home, and I realized there was no 5 o'clock traffic whatsoever. That was a really strange but scary feeling, like to be on the freeway at 5 o'clock traffic and there was no other traffic, but I couldn't understand why. And I kept seeing a lot of jets flying around in the sky. Went and picked up my kids, got home, turned on the news, and I think I just sat and cried watching the news for a good 15 minutes. It made me really sad to see, a huge tragedy like that. We lost a lot of good people that day.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you to our dedicated teachers for sharing their thoughts and reflections with us today.
Things as we remember the events of September 11, let's honor the spirit of unity and resilience that emerged in the wake of tragedy. Let's remember the lives lost, the heroes who stepped forward, and the strength of our nation.
Join us as we stand together on Patriot Day, united in the memory and hope for a better tomorrow. We will never forget.